Welcome to this sprinting interval training session, also called sit. Today you're gonna need a bench, and if you don't worry about it. I will show you an alternative. But the bench, we're gonna do some jumping up and down from it, so we're gonna push it even harder today. We're gonna do a warm-up, and then of course we are gonna go for those exercises where we focus on the sprinting interval training with or with no bench. It's gonna work like this. We have 8 different exercises. We're gonna work for 30 seconds. For example, we're gonna do, to begin with, a burpee where we're gonna jump up on the floor, put our hands on the bench and back up again, and we're gonna do that for 30 seconds. If you don't have a bench, you just do it straight on the floor instead. 2 minutes recovery in between, and then we're gonna move on to the next exercise and so on down from exercise 1 to exercise number 8, working for 30 seconds, recovery for 2 minutes. In between the recovery, we are gonna go with the 1 minute where we're just gonna walk it around. If you need the second minute also in between the next sprint for the 30 seconds, you can just keep walking around and just relax in those 2 minutes, or maybe you want to go with me doing a little bit of active recovery. It's all up to you. So 30 seconds on, 2 minutes rest with or without active recovery, 8 exercises, one after each other, 4 in all, 1 round, and then we're gonna finish off with a stretch. So don't worry about the setup. You got good shoes, you got some comfortable clothes, you got a bottle of water, and you got a step bench. And if you don't have a step bench, you can do the session as well. So my timer is gonna go on after the warm up with the 30 seconds on for the sprint and the 2 minutes in between. I will tell you when to start and when to stop. So go and get your equipment, and we are ready to hit it off, pushing that metabolism, getting our even better heart and lung function just for an all-time better daily living. We of course are going to do the warm-up, so we're going to tap up on the bench. If you don't have a bench, you're just going to tap on the ground instead. It's just to challenge things up, and if you've been following me for a while, I like the vibration of doing different kind of ways, both using different kind of equipments, but actually also just doing in a different kind of vibration with the intervals at the recovery period. We're going to lift our knee up, and we're going to swing our arms and bring them out to the side, staying in a nice put position here with just that normal extension of our lower back. We're gonna put a heel on it, so lifting up. And if you don't have a bench, yes, you guessed right, you're just gonna tap into the floor instead. Here we're gonna use our hip flexors a little bit more, lifting our legs up further up, and we're gonna push it here for a final 8 and 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 on each. We're gonna tap it up, bring it up. So stepping up. As you can see, your bench, like mine, has different kind of levels. I have mine in my middle level, which fits me good. You want to be able to go all the way up with good quality on the bench, but you can always put it down or put it further up. We're going to bring it to the side. And if you don't have a bench, of course, you're just going to do it on the ground here. So stepping up, bring it back. Opening up, and chin is in, chest is up. Straightening up, opening your hip area. Do it for 2 more on each side. 1, lifting, 2, and back on tapping up here. And just a little bit of a slight tap on the bench or on the ground. 4 and 3, 2, and we're gonna go all the way up on the bench. We're gonna step it down and bring it up again. No bench, keep going. If you have a bench, you're just gonna step it down here and bring it forward again. So just stay up in an upright position, squeezing your glutes. Back we go, up again. Inhale, squeezing. Exhale, keep moving for another 4 on each. Back up, down, 3 more on each side, squeezing, down, and 2 more on each leg. Step it up, and 1 more on each side, and and all the way down. Going in here, and we're just gonna rest our hands on the step bench, or maybe you're just gonna go to the ground, leaning back, get a nice good stretch up to center, going from one side to the opposite. You don't have a bench, you can do it on your thighs instead, no worries about it. Connecting with your core, chin is in, open up, pushing your weight and your body back, your buttocks back, so you get easing off of your knees. So pushing it from one side to opposite side. Come into center, and we're gonna go down and up again, kind of like a little bit of a push-up. If you don't have a bench, you can just go against the wall, or you can just go with your hands on your thighs and go up and down. 8, squeezing. 7, engaging with that core. Bring it up and back again for 4, up and 3, squeezing. 2, and the final 1, and come up again, loosening up in your shoulder joint, twisting your spine, and then we are ready for the first exercise. So I'm actually gonna turn my step bench here, gonna be better for you to see. We're gonna do an ordinary burpee, but we're just gonna be landing on our hands on the bench. What is the difference from doing that and from the ground if you don't have a bench is, of course, that we don't have that all the way down. So sometimes it makes it easier to get up and get going. So we're just gonna do it as we used to, burpees out here and back up again. So if you don't feel like hanging with your head down, this can be a little bit more comfortable. Else you're just gonna go and hit the ground instead with your hands, of course. Doing that for 30 seconds, 2 minutes recovery, where we're gonna go for the first minute relaxing, and the next minute you can continue relaxing, or you wanna go with me doing a little bit of different kind of movements in between. I will come back to that. Only thing focused on 8 exercises, 30 seconds on, 2 minutes in between. I'm guiding you all the way. My timer is gonna kick off from 10 seconds and down. So we are just ready to start the show here. 1 round of each exercise, leaving you with 8 sets all in this session. 3, 2, and 30 seconds. Kick it out. Inhale, exhale, pushing it as hard as you possibly can. Stepping out, no extension in your lower back. Do remember, you focus on your intensity. I focus on guiding you. So you have 15 seconds. You only have 1 chance of this one for today. You gotta push it. For 8 seconds, you have 2 minutes recovery in a few seconds. 4, 3, 2, and here we are. So walk it around. We have 2 minutes, 1 minute, just doing kind of nothing, settling down, refueling, and then you can go along with me, doing a little bit of a balance and a little bit of different things in between, or you can just say, and Kristen, mind your own business, I need the full 2 minutes to recover. I don't want to do anything in between. 30 seconds if you want to go ahead with me and do some active recovery. So what we're gonna do in a few seconds, we're gonna step up on the bench. We're gonna stay on our left leg, and 10 seconds, and we're just gonna go in here, and we're gonna do a little bit of a bend, and then I'm gonna swing our right leg along the step bench. 2 and 1. So bending, swinging here for 1 minute. If you don't have the bench, you can of course just be standing here and swinging the same leg. Here we have a little bit more of an ease off from swinging. So pushing your buttocks back, and you're gonna bring that leg forward and back. If it gets too much in your standing leg, you can just come up here and stand on a straight leg. So this is a little bit more challenging. We had 25 seconds left, and we are gonna go for a box jump when 10 seconds is left. I'm gonna show you the next exercise, and you're stepping down, getting ready. 3, 2, stepping down. You're just gonna keep your 10 seconds. We're gonna go up and down for a box jump, and we're gonna do that in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, you just do it on the floor. So bring it up and down, or you can just do it forward and back on the ground if you don't have a bench. So bring it up and bring it down again, and you're gonna do that for 30 seconds, either box jumping up and down to get some real motion up and down, or just do it forward and back on the ground if you don't have the bench. You're gonna keep going for 8 seconds. Jumping up, jumping down, inhale, exhale, pushing it, and recovery. 1 minute of recovery. Everybody's just gonna move it around for that 1 minute. You can continue doing a straight recovery, or you can come up with me on the bench, doing of course the opposite leg for a balance challenge and some hip, ankle, and knee stability. So right now you're just doing the recovery, inhaling and exhaling. 25 seconds, we're gonna step up to the bench on the opposite leg. If you don't have a bench, you can do the exactly same on the ground instead. So we are ready to get up here, and next pulse exercise is gonna be a jump up and down, but we're gonna wait with that. 5 seconds, a little bit of a knee bend, and 1 minute of a swing here, or maybe on the ground, or maybe you just wanna keep walking around, recovering until the third of a sprint. So moving here, engaging your core, good for balance challenge. If it's kind of getting too much on your standing leg, as I said before, go out for a straight leg and do that one balance work here on opposite leg as before. So just keep moving your legs forward and back. If it's way enough to be standing on, not swinging the opposite leg, you can do that, and you can combine. 10 seconds before we're gonna step down. Keep going what you're doing. Step down on each side, and we're gonna do jump up and down on the bench, and you can just keep moving. You can do jump squat in and out. Let's get ready, settling down. 4, 3, 2, and jumping up and jumping down. Up we go. So squeezing for those 30 seconds. If not, you're just gonna do it on the ground instead. So pushing it hard for those 30 seconds. Your exercise number 3 out of the 8 in all. 15 seconds, you can do it. Jumping up and jumping down. Inhale, exhale. Keep pushing your intensity for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and recovery. So walk it around for the first minute. Inhaling and exhaling. So you're just gonna keep walking. I am gonna show you kind of a lot of things I have to say before just showing your alternative and so on. So you just keep walking, and when we're ready for the next sit, we're gonna do flying steps from one side to the opposite side. You don't have any bench, you're just gonna do the same on the ground. 25 seconds, walk it out. Inhale and exhale. Yes. And 12 seconds, you can either continue walking around, or maybe you wanna sit back down here and do some ab work with me. 4, 3, you're just gonna do that straight on the floor. Yes, lifting up and down, pulling feet down, knees up, and you can go straight on the floor doing this exactly same exercise if you don't have the bench. So you can do this, follow along with me, not exactly 1 minute, a minute, 50 seconds or so. So we are ready for doing the flying steps. So keep moving here. Or maybe you want to walk it around, it's all up to you. So in a few seconds, we're going to do that flying step, or you can do it straight on the floor. But we're going to continue here for a final 10 seconds. Squeezing, feeling your ab muscle, inhaling and exhaling. And we are ready to get up and standing up. One leg up on the bench, ready for the flying steps in 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's go for that 30 seconds. Pushing it one side to the opposite, engaging your core, up with those arms. Quick, 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 fire underneath your feet. Pushing it and leaning a little bit forward, swinging those arms, and you're gonna continue because you only have 15 seconds left, and then we're gonna do some recovery. Push, 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 or do it on the floor, 10 seconds. Bring your arms out to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and walk it out. This was actually halfway. We have 4 more set, 8 in all, leaving us with 4 left. Be affected on your breathing, or else you have the final half to get back into that short of breath. So we are gonna go for exercise number 5, and we are gonna go with jumping over the bench. You just keep walking around. The next exercise, we're gonna jump over, over, and over. And if you don't have a bench, you're just gonna jump from, oopsie, I'm gonna push this aside. You're just gonna go side, side, back again. But you wanna keep moving for 10 more seconds. Walk it around. Yes, 5, 4, maybe you want to continue, or else you're just going to sit down with me, doing some oblique abs. And if you don't have a bench, yes, you guessed it, do it straight on the floor. So pull your feet down and up, twisting and using those oblique muscles, just as we do when we do a Russian twist. Leaning back a bit, lifting those knees up. So we're gonna continue for 20 seconds more here, and then we're gonna do that sideways jump over the bench or on the ground for 30 seconds, being our exercise number 5. Yep, 5 seconds. And go up for a standing position, ready to jump over the bench and back again. 5, 4, do it on the floor, 3, 2, and here we are. Bring it up and back again. If this is too much, you can go running over here, up and down, or you can just, of course, do the running knees on the ground instead. But we want to have some jumping routines in here. Plyometric training, something for our bones. 10 seconds, using your arms. Keep moving. 5, 4, 3, 2, and break. Walk it around. Very good. So 1 minute here. And you're just gonna keep walking and look at me. So we're gonna go in for a back extension up here, and you can do that, of course, straight on the ground. Doing that for 50 seconds. And the next exercise with the sit is gonna be a tapping on the bench. And if you don't have a bench, you can do some, you can just do tapping in front of you, or you can do some lean back kick. So we'll be back for that, just so you are settling in what's gonna happen. 10 seconds, walk around, and in a few seconds we're gonna lie down. You can do the back extension with me. Yes, up we go. Squeezing our glutes, activating the muscle along the spine. Keep your chin in and nose pointing down. Engage your glute muscle. But just do it straight on the floor. Sometimes people, even though you have a step bench, sometimes people don't feel very comfortable lying right on their stomach. So you can just do it straight on your exercise mat instead. We are gonna keep moving. We have 10 seconds before we are ready to stand up. And do remember, that was the tapping on the bench or lean back kick. Inhale on the way, 10 seconds left. Squeeze your glutes, bring your arms up. 5 seconds for a standing position. And get up on your feet, ready to do the tapping or the lean back kick. 5 seconds. 4, 30 seconds of tapping. Let's go. Arms, bring those arms up for extra intensity. Pushing it here. You can do this with a bounce in between, or you can do the lean back kick here or the lifting up. Do it the best as possible. 15 seconds. You're gonna inhale, you're gonna exhale. I have the eye on the timer. You're just gonna keep going until further notice. You're gonna push it for 8 seconds. Bring it up, arms up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and recovery. 1 minute. Here we go with the walking and just move around. And in that approximately those 50 seconds of active recovery, if you're gonna go with me, we're gonna do some push-up, going down here and up again. And of course you can go down on your knees. And if you don't have a bench, you're just gonna do it straight on the floor. So walking around, and we have 18 seconds. You can keep going for the recovery, or you can join me in some push-up. You don't have to go for the full 50 seconds. You can just go a little bit less. You can, for example, give yourself 10 push-up. 4, 3, 2, and go here. Pushing it down, up again. Or as I said before, you can always go down here and up on your toes. Arms nicely tucked in, and you're just gonna keep moving because you want to be ready for the next one, which is gonna be a donkey kick. So for 30 seconds, we're gonna put our hands on the bench, still doing your push-up or resting, and then we're gonna lean it up and bring it up, and you can just do that on the ground instead, of course. 30 seconds of donkey kick. 10 seconds before you are gonna do that with me. Maybe you need a little bit of recovery. Anyways, you are settling in, because in 10 seconds we're gonna do the donkey kick. My hands on the bench or on the floor. 30 seconds in 4, 3, 2, and kicking yourself here. Weight on your arms, lifting up, engaging your core, pushing it up. The more you put your weight on your arms, the easier it is to bring those heels up. You're gonna do that for 30 seconds. We only have 1 sit left, so pushing it for 14 seconds. Bring it up, inhale, exhale, bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. 5 more seconds. Yes, 3, 2, and here we are. Affected on our breathing. Walk it out. Yes, very good. So the final active recovery exercise we're gonna do, we're gonna go in for a plank position here, keeping that plank for approximately 50 seconds, but you're just gonna keep walking around, just showing you, and you can do that straight on the floor. And then we're gonna do high knees, moving around the bench. If you don't have a bench, you just pretend you have, and you're gonna go all the way down. But slow down, 18 seconds, walking around. Just give you information for you to be able to know what's gonna happen. 10 seconds before we either go into a plank position or you just keep moving around. 3, 2, and plank here. So stay still, engaging core, just easing off for 50 seconds. Inhaling, and then we're gonna come in a few seconds, we're gonna come back up on our feet, and we're gonna do the high knees around the bench or an imaginary bench. For the final sprint, you are gonna hold on here. If it's gonna be too much, you can go down on your knees, lifting your heels up so you're not lying straight on your kneecap, just up above your knee joint. So here we are, inhaling and exhaling. I keep an eye on the time. In 10 seconds, we're gonna go up, standing position. Keep holding on here 5 seconds to standing up. 3, 2, and up and standing. Ready for the high knees around the bench or just the imaginary bench. 5 seconds. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Final sit here. Bring it up to those 30 seconds. We're gonna walk it out, and then we're gonna do some stretching. Maybe you want to turn around and do it the opposite way. You still have 18 seconds left, and you are not able to speak like I am. I am only able to speak because I put my effort for me to guide you. You are short of breath. You're pushing yourself. This is number 8, and you have 7 seconds left. Leaning back, put those knees up, and engaging, and break here. So just walk it around for a minute, and then we're gonna go for the stretching part. I'm just gonna stop the timer. We're just gonna walk it around. Maybe you wanna grab some water, and then we are ready to do some stretching. I know I said walk it out for a minute, and then I turned the timer off. I'm gonna keep an eye on the time. So you're just gonna go for a few seconds more here and get your settling in. Excellent. So that left you with a workout, with the warm-up, with the sit and the active recovery. And now for the stretching. Yes, get up on your step bench, put that right leg on top and pull that heel down. If you don't have that bench, you can just, maybe you can walk over to something where you can put your toe up, or else you can just come back down here and do the stretching here. So heel down, a little slight of a bend in your standing leg, stay up straight position, pushing that heel down and opposite leg. Do it in the different kind of variation, all depending on bench or no bench. Just relaxing and easing off, and start by breathing nice and easy, so you know, and telling your body to relax. Yes. Back on right leg, we're gonna continue here, but putting that hamstring stretch at the same time. You do that on the floor if you don't have a bench, and leaning forward, engaging core, chin is in, and feel it all the way down here from your sitting bone. Yes, turning my watch off, and opposite leg, leaving forward here. Get that good nice stretch, hamstring, calf muscle. And into sitting, or you can just be standing up, sitting in a nice comfortable way. And I was wondering, do you ever have had taken a in-body test? That's what we call it in Denmark, an in-body test. Noticing and finding out what happens inside. So what I mean by that is right hand on here, we're gonna straighten over here. You can do that standing. So I, on a kind of a regular basis, I go and at my work, I go and get this in-body analyze, and it's all about muscle tissue, it's all about fat tissue and bone mass, and it gets you a really good indicator of how things is going on. Because opposite side, if we are searching for example, a weight loss, it's easy to lose weight, but we want to lose fat tissue and not muscle tissue, and we don't want to lose it. We don't any time of our life want to lose muscle tissue, but right now we don't want it at all. But also about being aware of our bone mass. It's of course an indicator of how things is going on inside I don't know what it's called out there in your world, but in Denmark, as I said, it's called an in-body analyze. And it's good to know when you do that weight loss, but us also just as a motivator to, when you do strength training, you want to see that your muscle tissue are gaining. And if you're going for that sit training with the fat loss in focus, you want to go and see if it's actually fat you're losing and not your muscle tissue. And that's all about the right nutrition, of course, and the right strategies of working out. So I will go ahead, if I were you, contacting my local fitness center, maybe look it up on the internet, finding out where you can get an analyze like that. It's kind of interesting. When I was 20 years old, the only thing I was looking at was the fat mass. Now I'm definitely looking at my bone mass and definitely looking at my muscle mass, because let's face it, when we have lack of all those female hormones, we are a little bit behind when it comes to stimulating our muscle tissue. So we want to gain muscle tissue, want to get rid of fat loss, and also that internal visceral fat where sitting around your different kind of insides. So hope that makes sense, or else you put a note on it down below this session. Hit a like, subscribe, and as I said, put a comment. It's so much fun to see that you're working out, and thank you for all the positive feedback I get from you with the thank you for the workouts and thank you for replying. That makes it just so much more fun to get up here a Saturday morning and doing different kind of workouts for you to do wherever it fits into your busy schedule. So thank you for joining me. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay strong. Take good care. Bye.